Everybody has a heart in this world. We all use it to live and to function so that we can do the things we love every day. Today, a majority of us forget the importance of our heart and its health. Some of you might know someone that is struggling with heart problems or has gone through it. I, for one of those individuals that has had to experience it with a very close family member, and it was my grandmother. Today, I would like to inform you about cardiovascular disease in the United States. According to the CDC, every 36 seconds, a person dies from cardiovascular disease in the country alone. Now, you might think that this will never happen to you, or this will only matter when you get older. And the truth is, it can happen to any of us, starting at an early age of 20 years old and older. And as a 20-year-old, it's pretty scary to know that this can happen to me so early within my life. Furthermore, it's essential to know that cardiovascular disease is the #1 leading cause of death in the United States. I would like to inform you about the general information about the disease. Next, following informing you about the risk factors, and then providing you with the ways to best prevent it from happening to you. Now, for general information about the disease, about cardiovascular disease, it comes with a question: what is cardiovascular disease? It is commonly known as heart disease, and it refers to the conditions affecting the heart. And this is composed of infections to genetic defects and blood vessel diseases that all essentially affect the heart. And according to the CDC, 659,000 people die each year within the United States from heart disease, which is astounding. And which correlates with that is the cost that the United States has, and it's $363 billion each year. And this is all composed of the healthcare, the medicines, and the loss of product due to the person passing away. And this is all related to the fact that your health when you're older is the result of what you're doing now with your body. And building good habits as you're younger or just now is essential to gaining great health as you get older. And it's essential to do all these things so that when you are going through life, you have the best health possible. Now that I've given you some of the general information about the disease, let's see what the risk factors are. The risk factors of heart disease are composed of two components: factors that you can control and factors that you can control. And the basic factors that you can't control are your family history, sex, age, and ethnicity. And these are factors that are considered uncontrollable. And according to the Mayo Clinic, a person with a family history, a male under the age of 55 and a woman of 65 are at high risk of heart disease. Okay, and the leading cause of most deaths of most of the racial groups or ethnic groups in the United States is heart disease. And these groups are the African Americans, the Native Americans, the Alaskan Natives, and Caucasians. So these are affecting multiple groups, ethnic groups within the United States alone. With that being said, there are many risk factors that you are in control of that you can change or alter so that you can reduce your chances of getting heart disease. And those include your high blood pressure, high cholesterol, smoking, obesity, and physical inactivity. Now, these are all things that you can change, alter so that you can have a better way of kind of reducing those chances. So these are factors that you indeed can control within your limits. Now that I've told you about the risk factors, now finally I can tell you the ways that you can prevent from getting heart disease um, from happening to you. And the best ways that to prevent from getting heart disease is starting with not smoking, because smoking is the major cause of heart disease. This is coming from your typical old school cigarettes of tobacco. This is e-cigarettes to vaping. Smoking of that nature is one of them is again the major cause of heart disease. So that is going to be my first one off the bat. Second, I'm going to have to say is having a healthy diet. Okay, eating a diet that's low on salt and saturated fats is a big one, because uh, it helps with regulating your blood pressure, your cholesterol. So I again, like I said before, it's really essential to know what foods are best for you. I would recommend talking to a dietitian or your doctor to see what foods that are best for you. And because everyone is different due to the sex, age, and ethnicity, everybody's different. So I would really ask those questions and see what diet or what foods are best for you. Okay. And then third would be maintaining a healthy weight. And that is also related to having a healthy diet, but also I would ask your doctor what is a healthy weight to maintain if you're already there or if you need to get there. I would ask them, and because again, everyone is a little different. So I would really ask the doctor to see what weight is healthy for you and how to get there. And then that also comes to my next point, and that would be to exercise at least 30 minutes a day, most days out of the week. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but exercise is very beneficial. Okay, it will help you with heart disease 100%. If you just exercise, you can do walking, jogging, running, swimming, playing a sport. There's a bunch of things you could do, but again, I would highly recommend talking to your doctor, asking these questions, because again, everyone is different. Others might have some health issues or problems, or a disability. So I would really ask your doctor and see what is best for you. And I'm pretty sure it's there's always a way, or it's possible to stay active so that you can keep your heart running healthy. And the lastly is reducing and managing your stress. And I put this one last because I know that we can all relate to it, because it can come from school, life, work, relationships. We all go through it. And I feel that it's something that, we need to learn how to reduce or at least manage. And if you think about it, if you were to be very stressful, let's say as a 45-year-old person, if you have a lot of stress, it can cause a heart attack or a stroke. These are things that are related to heart disease, and these can complicate your health very much. So it's important to look over these steps of these measurements of prevention, and to see which one is lacking or your weakest, and try to master it or to get some support on it. Now that I've told you about the risk factors, and I can tell you now that I hope today that you've learned more about cardiovascular disease or heart disease. I first provided you some general information, then informed you about the risk factors, and ended with ways in which you can prevent it from happening to you. I hope all of you learned more about the disease, as it can happen to anyone. anyone in the class or outside the class. It's possible for anyone to get it, like I said, um, starting from the age of 20. Now we all have the knowledge and the tools to create health, to create, healthy habits, live longer, and live just a simple, healthy life.